something going, and to my dismay, attention to me seemed to drift, though I don't know where. And when we're alone, seems there's nothing to say. I bring up the topic, you push it away. You say that you do, but I think it's just you don't care. Why do I feel you're using me? Are we an item or are we just two? I need some commitments, all I ask of you. Your lifestyle can change, don't be afraid what you think's in store. I know what's on your mind, you've got lots to lose. Your shallow acquaintance is what's there to choose. You won't get too deep even though I'm worth so much more. So think about it carefully.
Hey guys, Tom here. So, new video, Comme des Garcons, which is one that is actually near and dear to my heart because it's what got me introduced and interested in niche perfumery, I would say maybe 9 or 10 years ago. I was just fascinated with Rei Kawakubo from Comme des Garcons. She was self-taught, born in Tokyo. All of the slides that you saw at the intro, actually, because of the fragrance review, those were all done in and around Kyoto, Japan, which is my absolute favorite city on the planet. I just think it's amazing and quite interesting. Kyoto was one of the few cities that was actually spared from the atomic bombing, and the story goes that it was somebody high up in the military ranks that from the U.S. that honeymooned over there and actually asked that the city be preserved from the atomic bomb. So everything is still pretty much as it was. All the old shrines and temples and everything were still there. So it's just a fascinating place. I love my time over there. Long ass flight though. So anyway, Comme des Garcons, the incense series, Kyoto. It was founded actually. The line was founded by Rei Kawakubo. The incense series, was introduced in 2002. They are eau de toilettes. I think the longevity and projection, they're pretty much the same as eau de parfum to me. I think both are excellent. The incense series, which was series 3 in the line, that includes Zagorsk, based on Russian incense, Avignon from France, Jaisalmer from India, Kyoto from Japan, and Ouarzazate from Morocco. I have several of these, and I'll be doing reviews on several of them a little bit later. But I just thought that the whole line was so unique when I first got into like niche fragrance. I thought the whole line was so unique, so different, and so interesting. She actually had, some of them are really out there. I remember years ago I purchased a fragrance, a Comme des Garcons fragrance that was called Garage, and I blind bought it, and it got it home, and it actually smelled like a garage. You could smell, it smelled like hot metal and engine oil. I mean, interesting concept, something I'd never wore, but just amazing stuff and amazing creativity. This one is one of my favorites, I think, because of my trip over to Japan, and it reminds me of the Japanese sumi ink that they use in the calligraphy over there, and I talked about that in one of my previous videos. I think for the Byredo fragrance that I did, I actually showed a picture of the books with the calligraphy in them. It reminds me of the hinoki wood and the very dry incense that you smell in some of the Buddhist temples and the Shinto shrines over there. So it's an amazing fragrance. It was introduced, the incense series, in 2002. This one's by Bertrand Duchaufour, who I've talked about in my previous video, the Jubilation 25 video. I talked about him quite a bit. He was the one that did design Jubilation 25. He did Frappin 1697. He did a couple for L'Artisan Perfumier, Timbuktu. I think he did Zonka. He did Avignon also for this series by Comme des Garcons, which is another spellbinding fragrance, and that one I'm going to review coming up. I do happen to have that one. His talent is for woods and incense, and when you go to Kyoto, it is wood and incense. That is what the town is all about. The notes in this one are incense, obviously, and it's the Japanese incense. And now I'm going to interrupt myself for a few minutes. The incenses that they burn over there are so unique, and they don't smell like your standard Indian incense or the incense that you might buy over here in one of those 70s style like head shop places. It's a whole different smell and feel. Shoyedo is one of the most popular and the best of the incenses that they sell over there, and the Kyoto fragrance reminds me a lot of these. Beautifully packaged, and actually if you open up the little envelopes, there are small chips of the wood inside, and it's actually burned in these little pots with charcoal and ash. And what happens is you light the charcoal, put a mica screen on top. I can smell it right now, it smells amazing. Put a mica screen on top, and then just let the wood heat on the screen, and it releases that wonderful, dry, woody smell, which this cologne, Kyoto, is so reminiscent of. So anyway, okay, I digress, sorry. The notes in this are the incense. There's also cypress oil in it, some teak wood. They say there's coffee in here. If there is, my nose isn't refined enough to pick it up. There's vetiver, patchouli, amber, everlasting flower, and Virginia cedar. It's just the whole incense series. They're haunting scents, beautiful. It's an all-star lineup, and an all-star lineup of perfumiers that they got to actually design the series. This one, I think in particular, tells the stories of how incense relates to meditation and worship from what I saw over there in the Shinto shrines. In this case, it's initially kind of light and soapy, the top notes. You get that, it's a light soapy fragrance, and I think that that's due to the everlasting flower in the top. And then the mids, I've got it on this arm that I've had on there for a while. The mid notes it's kind of a warm woodsy blend of cypress and teak, and the cedar definitely adds warmth. And then once it dries down into like a mix of patchouli, vetiver, I would say, and frankincense, and then that cedar at the base. It's in the mid and the base, and the cedar is what really sticks out. It's just breathtaking. I think it's one of their best fragrances. It only comes in the 50 milliliter size, so you can't get the larger size in this, and I think Lucky Scent carries it. I'm not sure if Mid New York carries it or not, but just a fantastic scent, worth a try. I know that at Lucky Scent you can also buy the entire series as a gift set, so it is pricey. Let me know what you think, guys, if you've tried this one, if you've tried any of the other incense from Comme des Garcons. Next up, I'm not sure which review I might do. Thinking about possibly L'air du Désert Marocain by Andy Tower, who is brilliant, and which is a fragrance I love. So, talk to you later, guys. Take care.